his son's first hero. Daddy t-shirt sets are available at daddyandcompany.com.
Welcome to My Life as a Dad. And today's guest is Al B. Hannemann. So you have a 12-year-old. So 12-year-old with a cell phone. We're moving into the cyber bullying. And it's not always bullying. It's just somebody could just put out a bad remark or a bad photo or an Instagram.
It's an interesting topic because my 12-year-old had a bullying incident 2 years ago.
Okay.
And like a perfectly confident kid, super sweet. You know, she's a stud. You know, and I didn't think it would happen to her. And she came home and she was really upset. And a couple of the kids at her school were bullying her. And there wasn't so much bullying physical, but they were talking about her and more jealous of her just being that nice kid.
Right.
And everyone liking her, and I never thought it would happen. And next thing you know, we're having to pull her out of the school in the middle of the year. She goes to a public school now in Hermosa, and it was like, I just had a really, education on that thing. I had no idea. I thought it was always picking on the poor, the kids that can't defend themselves, and I saw it the other way.
Right.
So my other two daughters saw that, and they still talk about it. Like my little 6-year-old the other day just said, "Daddy, have you ever been bullied?" And we have to be careful. And so they're really conscious of that. Like, this kid at school is really mean to me, and you have to be aware of it. I honestly had no idea that it can happen to anybody. So I mean, obviously the horrible stories to, your kid just being miserable for no reason, you think, but kids can be really cruel.
Right.
So I mean, I was happy to get her in an environment that luckily she thrived in. There was from 20 kids in a private school to 200 kids in her grade, and she does much better. Mm-hmm. But it was a shocker. I was really surprised.
How do you talk to the younger ones? Kalia. So when Kalia says, "Daddy," about bullying or something like that, how do you respond back as a dad and talk to her?
Yeah, it's
even
a tough
at
one.
age 6.
No, you're right, and she just wants to know, if people are mean, what do you do? And so that's where we're saying, tell your teacher, keep talking to us, just keep communicating about it. And that's all we can really do, because after that, I don't think you can really get deeper into, why people are bad or why people are just act bad. It's not that they're bad people, it's the confusing thing all around it. So, I think that was really what we got across to her, and we still continue to tell her just to be aware. If people are mean, you could tell your teacher, you can let us know, and people are gonna always be like that. It's just when it gets out of control, we'll be ready for it.
Do the younger ones know that the older one was moved out?
Yes.
School?
Yes, yeah. We had a family talk about it,
Okay.
So that there were kids that were very mean, and we wanted to get in a better environment for your sister, and so they got it. I think they got it. They're a lot smarter, I've learned, than you think.
Yeah, they are. Huh?
Yeah, they pick up
they
everything.
hear everything.
Oh man.
Yeah.
You gotta be real careful.
You do.
They get it, I tell you.
This is something new we have. Fan questions.
All right.
Okay, so we actually go out there on Facebook and Twitter and we say, we're going to be interviewing Al B, and do you have a question for him? We'd like to have it. So here's your question.
All right.
And this comes from Alicia Bryden from Canada. And the question is, how has being a professional athlete shaped the way you view or approach things, and how have you applied that to raising your girls? How has it shaped the way you approach parenting?
Oh, good question, Alicia. I think really being a professional athlete teaches you a lot about discipline. If you miss workouts, if you don't go 100% all the time, then there's always someone behind you trying to pass you. Relating that to being a father, I think, mainly it's, if I have a half an hour and I can spend it with my kids, I'm gonna leave what I'm doing and make sure that I go do that. I think from a scheduling perspective, I used to have so much time in the day when I didn't have kids that I mean, I can't even imagine what I could have done with that time.
Right.
Now we're so much more efficient with the little time that we have.
Absolutely.
And I think being a professional athlete really taught me that, and teaching me to I can schedule saying, all right, I got 4 hours on Saturday. That's going to be awesome. I'm going to take the kids and I'm going. I don't care what I'm doing. I'm going to go do that. And I don't think I would have had that discipline if I didn't go through it, every day on the courts, training and competing. So I think that's probably Alicia's answer.
So we want to encourage everybody to become a professional athlete so they can develop discipline and be a better dad. That works.
I guess so. I guess that's what you get out of it.
No, but it is true. I mean, because you have to learn how to balance that time, and you want to have the time with your kids.
Mm-hmm.
And
it translates. I mean, and that.
I get what you're saying. Totally.
Yeah, I mean, I just thought of it as we're talking because it's true. I mean, I think that's, like I said, I mean, I think everything we talked about today on the show is come back to how much quality time can you spend with your kids.
Right.
And you got to do it, and all the other stuff is going to happen naturally. The more time you get to spend with them, you're going to realize, I mean, I've made mistakes, and you kind of learn and learn and learn until you become the best father you could be. So.
Right.
My life as a dad.
Any man can be a father, but it takes someone special to be the daddy. Please join us by subscribing to our YouTube channel. If you have a favorite celebrity or athlete dad that you'd like to see on the show, please give us a comment below. Sponsored by Daddy & Company, the perfect gifts for dad. Get 15% off your next purchase at daddyandcompany.com using promo code MLAAD15.